Greetings all, it's Blue Knight. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Previously, we gained access to the brig, which is a floor we haven't explored yet, but that's where the crew is. And the brig should be B3, and since it's grayed out, we haven't got to that area yet. Today, hopefully we'll be getting to the brig, provided that I haven't missed out on anything else, as we continue through the Sandship. I forgot how big the Sandship was, well, yeah, I forgot how big the Sandship really was, because I don't remember it being this huge. Guess that was my faulty memory again acting up. Despite this being one of my more likable dungeons, I guess there's just a lot of parts that I just didn't remember about it. So with that being said, I think we should finally head to the brig, which is, I should have gone down here instead. I don't know why I was going upstairs first. I guess that was just my first instinct. Now we have to go to the brig to continue our adventure. We haven't come across a small key yet, so I'm estimating that's where we'll find the key, unless I'm wrong. Man, words, how do they work? Mouth doesn't want to work today, apparently. Okay, so we go down this ladder that's I mistakenly went down the last time. There we go, and that should lead us to the brig. Unless I haven't activated another generator, because I'm starting to think I haven't yet. I'm not sure. I think I'm just being more paranoid again. Here we are. So, obviously you don't want to get crushed by these, well, crushers. Otherwise you have to start back at the beginning of getting through all of them. But there are spots we can stop, like this one. Should have run fast though, because the moment this lifts up, the other one's gonna come down. Up! Ah! I thought that was gonna happen. I was a bit too premature on running there. I should have held down the A button and then moved the control stick afterwards. So I'm gonna try to do that technique. Hold down the A button and then run. When it lifts up, good. So let's go through here. So whip hook we could go to. Hold on a second. That's supposed to be moving, which means I knew it. I didn't get to the other generator. I have to go back. Ah, dang it. I knew I was forgetting something, but I thought I was just being paranoid again. Okay, is it through this door? I think it is. Hello, Mr. Dublin. I don't have time to deal with you. I need to get to that other generator mechanism thing. Yep, I thought so. It's this one that I thought we could thrust in before, but we didn't have the time shift stone activated, so that's why we couldn't interact with it prior hand to that last time visit. You know what I mean? Master, I'm detecting strong vibrations again. The current situation is difficult to accurately assess, but I suggest hurry to the area beneath the crew in the brig first. Yeah, I know, Fi, we have to go back down there. I can't believe I overlooked this one simple mechanism. Oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting so much about this dungeon too. It's very embarrassing to me. Ooh, that was close. It kind of like a little small glitch. A really tiny glitch where I just ran up the midair like it was just there was another wall. Almost got me switched again. Seriously, so much back and forth for me today. Well, at least we're getting further into the brig area now. Okay, this section, we actually have to hop onto these crushers now. By way of the whip right here. Swing. Ooh, that was close. Got a bit too, working a bit too fast here. Probably because I've been in this dungeon a lot longer than I expected to. That's why. Alright. Another crawl space we have to go through. Use our stamina to speed things up. It's quite the long space we have to go through. Memory serves. we should be getting close to another small chest. At least I hope so. Or at least we got to the crew in the brig now. You're a human, right? How'd you get in here? So you came with Skipper to rescue us? You made us so happy! Really? You came on board to find Nehru's flame. If you want to reveal Nehru's flame, you're gonna have to regain control of this ship. The control room is next to the brig, but its huge door is sealed shut and you'll need a key to open it. First, you should head to the captain's cabin. The control room key should be in there. Please take this key as thanks for rescuing us. This key will open the door to the captain's cabin. Ah, finally, we got that small key. I was getting worried that we were not going to be able to find this thing. You can get to the captain's cabin through a door on the deck in the back. Yep, back on the first floor. It's that door that was unlocked previously, at least to begin with. And I'm getting out of here. Sorry to leave you here on your own, but you look like you can handle it. We're counting on you. And of course the LD robots once again leave us to do all their dirty work, because we're really the only capable one around here that can do so. But that's the life of a hero. You gotta help those in need, even if they can't handle themselves. Alright, so there's a couple of templates there. There's no grate we could shoot through to get that timeship stone. So once again, we're gonna have to go the long way around. That's provided there's a small chest here, which I highly doubt at this point. You know, come to think of it, I kind of like how, even though we're inside the ship, I like how in some way they tried to use the timeship stone. Because, that's really been one of the main gimmicks around the Lanera region throughout our entire visit here. So it's kind of good to know that they haven't forgot about that. Because you'd think they would probably straight up abandon it after they showed it off so much, but they still keep it around a bit. It really goes to show how, I guess, committed they are to showing the history of the LD robots, and show just how long they've been around and just how much of the region they really occupied at one time. At least that's how I see it. So we go through here. We have to head back to the first floor, so this might take some time. I don't really know why, but I just like picking off enemies so much with the bow. The bow has always been one of my favorite dungeon items to go get, or just one of the items in Zelda in general I just like to get. I guess it's just a great satisfaction I get whenever I'm able to pick off an enemy from a distance by using this, because this is pretty much the closest thing we get to a firearm in any Zelda game, period. This probably also helps because the Legend of Zelda kind of draws ties to medieval times, you know, with swords and arrows, using that kind of weaponry that comes from that time period. But also, of course, it has its own twist on it, which just with all these fantasy-like creatures like fairies and such. But it also keeps some of the medieval aspects in it as well. That's kind of what draws me to Legend of Zelda in general, is also the weaponry and its items that we use in the games as well. I've just always been a sucker for medieval times, so just seeing Zelda using that kind of weaponry in its series really, I guess, speaks to me in a bit. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Of course, it's also story, characters, music. There's a lot of things to like about the Zelda series, really. And I guess I just really like Archer the bow, because archery's always been kind of like the earliest form of snipers and such. At least that's, again, how I see it. They could hit a timeship stone around here somewhere. Wait, I was supposed to go back up. I got lost my tangent that I didn't hit the timeship stone. Wait a minute, you have a monster horde, so I can finally demonstrate this. So, no, I don't have it equipped yet. Come on, Link. Here we go. Whip it, and ta-da! That's how you get monster horns from the goblins. So if you're running out of monster horns, you can do that. It could probably be a good way to quickly grind up monster horns. Of course, if you ever need it. Because going back to why I like the bow so much, it's like I just get like a bit of satisfaction when I'm able to pick off enemies. Because like I said, this is the closest thing we do get to a firearm in Zelda. So I guess that's why. Also, probably helps with Twilight Princess. They really do use the bow in quite a unique way. I won't say it if you haven't played the game yet, but let me just say it's a very it's a very interesting way they knew how to use it, and it just looks very fun as well. It's a lot more effective too. I'm probably just rambling on this point, but I just like the weaponry in Zelda a lot because, like I said, it reminds me of medieval times, and I just happen to be a bit of a fan about medieval history, among other things. So I guess that's kind of why the bow is one of my favorite items to get in Zelda. Alright, to do next, take care of these Araka. Take care of all of you. We do have to hit the time shift stone again, and well, of course, game, you gotta use those stupid text boxes. It's even worse than Skyward Sword if you think about it, because it has to go to the gear screen and then count the item and then go back. It's a lot less aggravated Twilight Princess in that regard, because it does have to show you counting the item that you collected, at least to my recollection. Where's the time shift stone? Aha, there it is. Once again, I like the way that they're able to keep the time shift gimmick involved, even though we're in the interior of the Sandship. And considering how far we are in the game at this point, you'd think they would probably forget about it, but they don't. Which is good, because I like the time shift gimmick. Good they don't really abuse it. Let's deal with this Technoblend first. I didn't want to activate that switch, but whatever, game. I want to take care of this guy. Freaking Beamos, come on, shield bash, good. I was swinging my Weebo frantically, hoping that wouldn't happen. I'm not sure if you saw that, but I did a stab on an area where I was supposed to slash. That was weird, but I'll take it, I guess. I've never seen that happen before. Then again, I don't stab much in this game because it's kind of wonky. But that was something else, I'll say that. Go through the door. More Beamos to take on. You can actually take out the Beamos right away now that we have the bow. You can now aim for the eye. And that will cause it to kill it outright. That's two. Is there a third one around here? Yes, there is. I remember there were three here. And this one in the corner especially always gets me, because I always forget about it. And after all that trekking and all that confusion I've been putting myself through, we finally got the boss key, which is the Squid carving. It's a squid-shaped statue studded with intriguing suction cups. Master, I conjecture that this is the key to the control room mentioned by the crew. My memory indicates that the location of the door to the control room is marked with the X symbol. Let's check the map again. There's a couple of gray areas we haven't gone through yet. They probably represent higher areas in the dungeon, but it's these, it's these 4 chests in particular, or 5 chests. I don't really remember how to get to that part, but I want to get those just so I don't miss them. I suggest you make your way to the control room. Yes, I know, Fi. Thank you very much. No need to rush me as is. But I just have to remember how to get to that room specifically, because I really don't want to miss out on those treasure chests. You know, come to think of it, we haven't been to the bottom floor of the ship yet, ever since we activated the time shift stone. So this is gonna be new ground for us to cover. First deal with this Technoblin. I could have used an arrow, but kind of want to save those. I've been using those willy-nilly, even though we're at a point in the game now that arrows are going to be practically everywhere in this dungeon. So here are the 5 chests. How do we get over there, though? Maybe we have to go a bit further down that hallway. More arrows to use. I'm being a bit paranoid about my arrow count, actually. It's because I keep refilling it after using a small amount. Guess I'm being a bit more paranoid again, a lot more than I thought I would be. Wow, you can actually survive one shot. It takes one charge shot with the arrow to take them out. I thought just be one I'd just pick them off, but they're a bit stronger than that. I guess all that get up is not really for show. That's where we got one of the small keys, I think. I know there's a way to get over there, but I don't remember where. This is gonna bug me so much. That one room with the chest, it always bugs me. I can never remember the entryway to getting there. But I think we have to go back to the brig area. That might be where our location for the entryway should be. That hole looks very suspicious. Aha! I knew it! That's gotta be the ladder that leads to that room. Momentum off. Good. This has to be the way through. It's the only ladder we haven't gone up yet. Jackpot! I knew it! I knew that was the way up there. I had a suspicion. I had a feeling. Could never remember that specific ladder. This is always the last room I travel in the Sandship dungeon. Because, like I said, I can never remember that spot. Glad I was able to this time around. We got a monster horn, silver rupee, evil crystal, another silver rupee, and another monster horn. So kind of useful stuff. A lot of treasure, a lot of rupees. That's satisfying to me. Alright, here we are. There's a stool in case you need to refill any health. But with our new boss key in hand, if I can open this in record time. And these locks, they're never not annoying. The way they have to always tilt the Wiimote around. But it looks like we're not alone. Oh, that's kind of an understatement considering we fought a lot of goblins here. So now we have to go back outside. But it's not going to be very safe because the ship is starting to rock. A report, Master. Judging by their size, these tentacles belong to a monster of a considerable size. The current situation is difficult to determine with complete accuracy, but signs indicate that this ship is under attack. If we do nothing, there's an 80% chance the ship will capsize. I recommend forcing it back with sacred power, then exiting to further assess the current situation. Okay, so like Spy said, the only way we have to go through this with sacred power, so Skyward strikes are the only way we can take these tentacles out. Progress even further, but not to go too fast, of course. Whoa, there's a rolling barrel. Whoa! I had a feeling that was gonna happen. That barrel jumped right on my head. I knew it was gonna happen. the ship is starting to submerge now, so we really gotta haul ass at this point. Ship's really starting to capsize, and there's gonna be a lot more barrels we have to avoid now. Just easy to avoid them, so don't worry about that. More tentacles. Saw we can't do it with a regular strike, so of course Skyward strikes are the only way to go, like I said before. Just reiterate what I said, that's kind of being redundant at this point. Whatever this monster is, it did a lot of damage to this really big ship in record time. And even more, the ship is starting to submerge. But we're at the end now, so we can finally confront this monster. Warning, Master. I sense an evil presence on the other side of this door. There's a 90% chance it's the primary body mass of the creature whose tentacles are destroying the ship. Fi, you're kind of stating the obvious at this point. We can just go through the door right now and deal with this thing. Let's not delay the inevitable any further. Go through the door and confront this creature. Here's the next boss, the Abyssal Leviathan, Tantalus. So to start the fight, Tantalus is gonna have even more of its tentacles come to the floor. So be sure to be very vigilant about these tentacles' whereabouts. Of course, use the Skyward strike to deal with them. After a certain amount of time, tentacles will resurface and we can finally deal with this creature head on. Now we have to cycle. Yeah, we're not even at the last part of the cycle, so I don't want to jump ahead at this point. Now, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I think the Skyward Strike might charge a little faster since our blade has been imbued by that Fervor's flame. So shoot the big, obvious eyeball, and you'll bring it down. Chop it up a bit more, and it will retract back underwater. Repeat this, I think, 2 more times, and we might go to the next phase. So, in case you haven't figured it out by now, most of the bosses at Skyward Sword have a bit of a running theme to it. They always have this certain circular weak spot. Like Coloctus, it was the big red dot in the center. Tantalus is the big red eye. Moldarek actually had a couple eyes we have to take down as well. So yeah, most of the the weak spots in Skyward Sword aren't that creative. Which is one of the many complaints people have about this game, which I can't defend. As much as I like this game, that's a really huge, and very, whoa, and very, what's what I'm looking for? I guess positive complaint. That's not really saying. That's not really wording it properly. That's just kind of being very contradictory. Yeah, well, I would say that they're not very creative, which is a very respectable complaint that people have online. It's something I can't defend. Most of those weak spots, they're not very creative. Whoa, I got grabbed by one of the tentacles. Being a bit too lost on my little tangent again. I gotta stop doing that. That's because the tentacles are appearing more often now, since we've damaged Leviathan. Not Leviathan, Tantalus! Jeez. That's the nickname, not the surname of it, or its full name. Real name, whatever. Who are you this time? So you saw Tantalus will try to slime you down after a certain amount of time, so be careful of that. Just shoot the eyeballs, not that hard to aim at. Just use vertical strikes to quickly damage the eye. And now we'll kick in the face too. sure to hurry up and watch out for the barrels again. Now we begin the other section of the fight. So you can shoot at the eye right away when you start this next section. You can run up to it, and the damage is some more. Hope they don't kill it too soon. We just got quite a few attacks left that I want to show off. Okay, so like this. This tentacle hair actually acts as like its piranhas of some sort, or maybe like Medusa's hair. Now we can shoot at the eye again after you fight off all those tentacle hair things. Very creepy that they have sharp teeth like that too. And that's it. Wow, 2 cycles. I forgot it would be that fast. And coincidentally, this part of the ship is where our second sacred flame is. But first, to the victor, as always, go the spoils. Another heart container for us, which means we're up to 14 hearts. Very nice. Just look how vibrant that blue flame is. I might be being biased because of the color, but it looks really, really amazing. The flames of Neru have transformed your blade, expanding Vi's powers. She can now help you use your dowsing ability to search for more objects. With your sword in hand, you can learn a new melody. I recommend we return to the Isle of Songs.